Corner at 11.
After 5.5 months, a Tri-Cities region sheriff stunned his community, announcing the suspect in the murder of an elderly retired teacher is a juvenile. Good evening, I'm Sarah Diamond.
I'm Josh Smith. That is about all the Hawkins County Sheriff said he could say in a news conference we brought you live on air tonight. May 18th, 79-year-old Margaret Sliger died what investigators have said was a violent death. The retired teacher and church organist was found outside of her home in Mooresburg, Tennessee.
In the weeks after her death, investigators said Sliger likely knew her killer, and today Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said this.
My thoughts and prayers goes out to the family, friends, and loved ones of Miss Sliger.
And that was about it. That's about all he said, because he says a judge issued a gag order in this case.
Jordan Moore is just back from Hawkins County. She got reaction to the news of an arrest in the case.
Well, Josh, Sarah, the news of today's arrest in this case still weighed heavy on many's hearts and minds. People who knew Margaret Sliger even say months later they can't get over the shock of why someone would want to murder the woman who they say wouldn't even hurt a fly.
Lord, we know you're right for what's wrong.
A weekly prayer circle outside Mooresburg Elementary had a fresh focus Monday night.
She was one of the most sane people I've ever known, and I don't think you'd ever could find anybody that would say anything bad about her.
79-year-old Margaret Jack Sliger.
Not the ones that you sent, but God, the ones you're going to send.
A retired teacher murdered at home. One of her former students told me everyone here still can't understand why.
She would take anybody in, she would help someone, and to be honest, I don't think the community has yet been able to comprehend that someone was able to do that to her.
After 5.5 months, finally a break.
The Hawkins County Sheriff's Office obtained a petition and arresting and charging a juvenile for this murder.
And that's not just all the sheriff would say. He says it's all he can say because a judge issued a gag order.
It brought happiness, yet sorrow, too. It brought back, the memories of things that happened.
Pastor Denver Davidson says it's needed closure, but it doesn't return this community's lost treasure.
It's hard to worship with a heavy heart. The roses and place there's only been one person play the piano since this has happened. And it's hard to worship when you're used to having someone to play as she did and put her whole heart into the music.
I want to thank you for every blessing you've sent our way.
Jordan Moore, News Channel 11, in your corner.
And that gag order to issue by the judge means that as of tonight, there is no public access to court records that might reveal an answer to the question everyone's still asking: why her accused killer committed the crime. Also unknown tonight where that juvenile murder suspect is being held or when that person will be in court to answer to the charges. A judge has